the single most challenging thing for sports federations in this country. And now with our economic situation, it's even more challenging because we know that because of our economic situation, the sports ministry is not getting too much money.
Yeah.
And we have to compete. I mean, look at the number of federations I talked about. So it's a challenge. Mm-hmm. But the truth of the matter too is that there's no country that supports sports entirely from the consolidated fund.
Okay.
It doesn't happen. So there are two things we need to do. One, we need to engage properly with the stakeholders, the NSA and the Ministry of Sports, so that we collaborate, so that we can put in place things like a lottery, which is a source of income. But that is something that I know that the current government is interested in. So it's something that we need to push and see how it can be done. Mm-hmm. Lottery and betting, in fact, those are the two things that can be sources of income. And then also, we need to engage with the corporate world.
Okay.
And that is a much bigger, all these things.
Great. I mean, if you just tune in, we're just talking to newly elected president of the Ghana Olympic Committee, Mr. Richard Akpokavie. We are live on GTV, live on GTV Sports. I'm looking at your CV. I'm like, I had to cut it short. Mr. Richard Akpokavie, he's a former player, hockey player, captain, president. He's done a lot across other sporting disciplines. My first question is, how did you get there? What haven't you done as a sports personality, as a sports person, and what keeps you going? What inspires you to reach this highest height?
There are several things, but I love sports. I mean, when I was a young man, Kobolo, play football over the place.
You was? But you were taking your academic serious.
That was my father's. If you didn't do that, you are dead in the house. So it started from there, really. That was basically, at those times, the main game was football. You played football. I played Colts in Tema. And then when you went to secondary school, Achimota School did wonders for me. It opened me to several things: hockey, cricket, basketball, volleyball, and swimming, other things. So you get involved in sport because at Achimota School, the sport is a very important part of what we do there.
Yeah.
So I got involved in it. Always to see young people who have been sports people and how it has impacted their lives positively to make them better human beings for God and for country. So it's very interesting. And it's very important that we let people understand that sports is not just about playing. It shapes your life in different ways that gives you discipline. It gives you how to work with people. It teaches you how to work hard to achieve makes you competitive, all kinds of things. So it's important that, specifically mentioned Athletes Commission. And now the IOC is emphasizing that the athletes' voices must be heard. Because apart from the fact that what we are doing is about them, it is our responsibility also to help them transit from athletes to former athletes. We must help them because it's a very crucial thing. And that's part of the problems we have in Ghana. There are several athletes who in their days were wonderful, served this country, but now have all kinds of issues that
we couldn't transition properly. Yeah.
And we have to help them to do that. And the IOC is very particular about that. That how do we empower them? How do we give them the opportunity to do other things so that when they leave, they're able to do other things outside of what they were doing as athletes. So it's very, very important. Is it education? Is it training? Is it whatever it is? We help to do that. So it's part of the things that we want to do for athletes. In terms of gender, it's 2 women. Honestly.
Still not enough, but
but part of it is because the federations themselves don't have enough women.
Yeah.
So it means that by the time they get to the GOC, they are really. So I was happy that at least the 2 women who offered themselves to be on the board were elected.
Delphine Akwe and
Rafa to
Insa. Yeah.
Yes. So the idea is to build capacity at the federation level. Women, all of them who are in GOC. Okay, we need to understand the role of the GOC. The GOC is the Ghana Olympic Committee. The Olympic Committee is not a federation.
Okay.
We have 26 Olympic federations and 14 non-Olympic federations or affiliates. It's the federations that do the work. They do they find the talent, develop the talent, do the coaching, and then they
hold the competitions.
Train the discipline. We are as it were, the intermediary between these federations and the international competitions like the Olympic Games, like the Commonwealth Games, like the Youth Olympic Games, like the those things. So that is our role. Even for they have various world championships. They do that directly because tennis goes for its world championships or its Davis Cup, not necessarily through the GOC.
Okay.
So our role is to make their work easier. So we access funding to help train administrators, to help train coaches, to help train referees or umpires. So we build capacity. So it is our responsibility to build the capacity of their and even people in anti-doping because clean sports is very important in this. So it is wide and varied.
And the GOC is going to facilitate some of these
things. That is what we are going to do, to facilitate this, to make sure that the federations are better equipped to participate in international competition to win laurels.